Dear family and friends, once again, tremendous thanks to all of you. We've arrived at the Crematorium. We're now going to give you the opportunity of paying your last respects to our beloved. Puja has been completed at home. Here we'll pay our respects and we'll celebrate this life of our dear father, lying in state. So I'm going to open the casket now for all of you to come, pay your respects, offer your love and support to the immediate family, and take your seats. If we can do that in the next 15 minutes or so, then we can start the celebration of life. In celebrating the dad's life, we will offer tributes, and in tributes you will listen to the different characteristics, the qualities, the virtues, the morals, the attitudes and the aptitudes of this individual that walked amongst us. So without much ado, I'm going to open the casket for all of you. Let the immediate family come through first, and then all of you can come through. Thank you very much. जय शंकर भोले, जय शंकर भोले, जय शंकर भोले। जय शिव शंकर, जय शिव शंकर, जय शंकर भोले। सब देवों में देव निराले, जय बम बम भोले। जय शिव शंकर, जय शिव शंकर, जय शंकर भोले। सब देवों में देव निराले, जय बम बम भोले।
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and our honored guests. On behalf of Shakila and her family, we'd like to say to you and to every one of you, thank you for finding the time, thank you for finding the way to come and pay your last respect to Sunny MOHANLALL RAMAUTHAR. The family is indeed indebted to your presence here. It's a working day, but you found the time, you sought it right, and you come and pay your last respect to a departed soul and somebody that we all adore. Thank you very much. Now, customarily, we blow the conch. Now the conch is blown so that the gods from the 9 planets, because the conch is the only sound that reaches the 9 planets, and the gods from the 9 planets descend to bless the soul and bless everyone who's present here. So our blow the conch thrice is for Rama, Vishnu, and Shiva. Rama is the creator, Vishnu is the preserver, and Shiva is the destroyer. And also we blow the conch. The gods thank you all for coming. And they asked the gods of the roadways to take you home to your loved ones and your dear ones with God's speed. That's for Lord God who brought us into the world. Thank you. That's for Lord Vishnu, preserver of the world. God dissolves the world and creates the world again. Thank you. All right. Please, those who haven't paid your last respect, please come. occasion like this, we do have people who would like to pay the respects in words. And we now call the first speaker to come through and address it.
Afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I am the youngest daughter. My name is Brixton. Daddy, you were a man that lived through every spectrum of life with unlimited depth and emotion in every experience that life had to offer. You know what I'm talking about. The legacy that you have built as a young man has created the strong foundation for your children to hold on to for many years that allowed us to create a meaningful life that we got to thankfully share with you as our proud father. Throughout all our unforgettable holidays together that we experienced as a family, the joyful memories that we shared with you will last longer and deeper than you'll ever know. You were a man that was fearless, regardless of the situation, time, or emotion. And it's a trait that will live through your children for many, many years to come. Thank you for bringing Pariksha, Shiksha, Gambhir, and me into this world that you rightfully filled with an abundance of richness, luxury, and comfort for us. In this lifetime, and in every universe, we would still and will always choose the honor of being your children. Thank you for sharing this lifetime with Mommy and us. It has been an incredible journey with everything that life could offer a legend like you. Journey on peacefully, Dad, until we meet again on the sunny side of life. We love you and we miss you.
Thank you. That is the youngest daughter of Sunny. And she was one of the stalwarts, the Sunny children, the mother and the son, who gave Sunny the best time in the world toward the last days of his life on this earth. Thank you. Now we call the second speaker. Okay.
My Prem Namaste to one and all. Today we gather with heavy hearts to say goodbye to my dear brother, the late MOHANLALL RAMAUTHAR, better known as Sunny. He lived 70 meaningful years, and in those years, he showed us what truly means to live a life of purpose, responsibility, and kindness. As his younger sister, I looked upon him in so many ways. He started his working life with my dad at the Verulam markets, and then branched off in the construction business with my elder brother, Ashok RAMAUTHAR, better known in the business industry as Ram. He believed in dedication and discipline. He carried that strong work ethic throughout his life. He was not afraid of hard work because he knew it was the foundation of building a better life. Family was always at the center of his world. He took care of everyone, his own family, our parents, and us, his siblings. He carried that responsibility with strength and love, always making sure that those around him were supported. He was also a man with a generous heart. He helped people wherever he could and gave freely to those in need. He believed in lifting others up, in building people's lives, and in making a difference, even in the smallest of ways. He always motivated his children, his nieces and nephews, encouraging them to do better, to work harder, and to believe in themselves. When I think back of my younger days, I can't help but smile. He used to wait for us with a stick when our school report came out. And we were also afraid of him, but that was his way of showing discipline and wanting the best for us. As the years went by, his strictness, softness, and he became gentler, warmer, showing his love in a quieter kind of way. This is the brother I will always remember, strong, caring, generous, and deeply committed to his family. We will miss him more than words can say, but we are grateful for the life lived and the example he set for us all. Go well, my dear brother, till we meet again. Om Shanti Om.
Well, my dear friends, that is the sound, that is the message, that is the words that come from the heart of a sister who loved her brother so much. Thank you very much. Now, Avinash, please come forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Avinash Jackmohan and I'm his partner. It's a very sad time for the family, and I would like to thank you all for being here to commemorate an incredible man. Uncle Sunny was many things to many people: a husband, a father, a brother, and a true friend. They say that a legend isn't defined by the years a man lives, but by the depths of the colors he leaves behind on the canvas of other people's lives. There's a short story about a traveler who met a man sitting on a hill. The traveler asked, "How do I know I met a great man?" The man replied, "A great man will make you see the world as it is, but a legend will make you see the world how it could be." To us, Sani RAMAUTHAR was that legend. He didn't just walk through life. He observed it, he felt it, and most importantly, he shared it. Uncle Sani embodied the true meaning of a friend. He was the kind of man who, if he was there for you, he was there always. No questions asked. Everyone sitting here today has a story about how Uncle Sani helped them. Whether it was helping them with children, providing jobs, giving advice, sacrificing his own comfort to make sure that someone else's life was a little better. He lived for others. He didn't just talk about the good times. He lived them. He demonstrated through his actions every single day. To know Sani was to be invited in the gallery of his mind. He loved expressing his views on life, sharing endless stories. When he spoke, he didn't just give his words, he painted a picture. He could take a thought, a memory, or a belief and make it so vivid you would think that you're standing right there. And that love, it was the most authentic thing about it. There was no pretense. Whether we were diving into complexities of politics, the mysteries of the future, the ancient wisdom of religion, Sani was always present and he was always passionate. He experienced every spectrum of life. He saw the highest of highs and he navigated the lowest of lows. But through those shifting tides, his core never wavered. He chose belief over bitterness. He spent his time writing about righteousness, not just a concept, but as a way of being. He was a man with immense value, who understood the secret many, many people miss. You can enjoy the finer things in life, but still remain completely humble. I had the privilege of being close to him for a very long time. He was my mentor, my debating partner, my buddy, my friend, and a man I deeply respected. In a way, I think we all a little bit selfish. We wanted more. We wanted more stories from him, we wanted more wisdom, we wanted more that of the authentic laughter, and we wanted more of Sunny's advice. We wanted more because a man like Uncle Sunny was rare. But the truth is, he was tired. And though it hurts us to say goodbye, we can finally have peace knowing that he is finally able to rest. Mr. RAMAUTHAR, a man's man, a dad, a true friend, a visionary, Uncle Sunny. You lived as a man of value and you leave us as a legend. Thank you for the pictures you painted, the jobs you provided, the sacrifices you have made, the words of wisdom and inspiration for showing us what it looks like to have a heart full of belief. Rest now, Uncle Sunny. Your story is finished, but the picture you painted lives on in all of us. We will all miss you, and we thank you for everything that you've done for us. Thank you.
Here comes another tribute from a young man who knows that. So you've come today to pay his last respect. But you know a little more about Sunny now than ever before. So he was a good man. That's why his family cared for him, loved him, gave him the best clothes to wear, gave him the best food to eat, and housed him well. Why? Because he was a good man. Now I'll call on the next speaker. Leanne, thank you, Leanne.
Good day, everyone. My name is Leanne. I'm one of Shikha's friends. I would say by now family. And I'm speaking on behalf of Kishanta, Natasha, my mom Mary, and Sinesh as well. My dear friend, we've been together through some real highs, some real lows, almost 30 years, but it feels like a moment ago that I walked into your house and encountered such warmth, such generosity, and in remembering Uncle Sunny today, we need to remember that all of his wonderful traits, his way of being lives on in his children. It was reflected in his children long before I think even they realized it. The resilience and the laughter, the joy, the contentment was all there. I was always welcomed so warmly into their home. I was always encountered with the sense of joy. Always people laughing, sometimes about very, very silly things. But, those were the memories that we made throughout our lives. Uncle Sunny also instilled something really important, and that is the gift of education and perseverance. It is something he instilled in his children, who today are some of the most inspiring people I know. Ramir, Omi, Shiksha, Pariksha. You inspire us every day because of your perseverance. You've held your family together. You are resilient, but you don't just do that, but you do it with real joy. And I know that your dad is so proud of you because of the people that you are. With your mom standing by your side, you have been capable of doing things that are almost impossible to other people. The other real gift that a parent, or I think any parent, leaves to their child is a gift of togetherness. what I always felt going into Shiksha's home. Uncle Sunny was not a man of many words, but he was always present. He was always there. You could always depend on him. You could always depend on seeing him greeting you. It feels like yesterday that Shiksha's dad and my dad met for the first time as we were coming up with these outlandish plans to go to the war. And I remember how silly they thought we were, and it says something about dads that are there regarding their daughters with so much love and regarding their plans as being more important than anything else that they could do for the day. So today, my most sincere condolences to you all, to his children, to you all family and friends that are gathered here today. As we remember him, we remember that his legacy lives on in his beloved children. We say goodbye to him, and we say until we meet again. Shiksha, we love you. I know your dad loves you, and I know he's resting well, free of pain, and I hope that you are all able to take comfort in that. Thank you.
There's another aspect of Sunny's life. A visitor in his home was like a god or a goddess. Treated well, fed well, given something to drink, leaving the blessings, accepting the blessings of every visitor. So, this is the kind of man you have come to pay respect to. This is the soul that's going to leave us and go back to God. That's why we have all come here to say, Sonny, you've done well. We send you in our blessings. We send you in our loving and fondest regards. Go well. And remember, when you are there, bless us, keep us well, and most of all, make sure we join you in good stead. We have a message from one of the staff that worked for the Ram Road contractors. We'll hear it.
This is a tribute to my dad from a very close family staff member. And it reads, "Rest well, my loving mama. Thank you for all that you've done for me. I could write a book about what Red Rose means to me, but I'll reduce it to a few very notable facts. Mama, I will never forget your no-nonsense guidance, ideas and thoughts that holds me in good stead today. Thank you for helping me to transform our wood and iron shack into a livable abode back in the day. Thanks to you for having faith in me and offering me critical opportunities to become what I wanted to be. This wouldn't have been possible without your wise words and wisdom. Finally, rest well, my beloved mama. Whilst the construction industry will be poorer without an icon of your stature, along with an indelible mark that you left in the industry." I'd also like to add something that I just realized today. Daddy, you hit a home run. You've entered this world on the 21st of July, 1955. Today is the 21st of April, 2026. You've lived a complete, full 7 decades of everything that life could offer. Thank you for allowing Mommy and your children to be just as fearless and resilient as you are.
Thank you. Now, I want to go back. When you have people working for you, you treat them well. And when they leave with all the blessings to you and your family. This is exactly what he's done. Now, to sum it up, I've got a few things to say. I'm sorry. The loving daughter of Sunny would like to address you.
Thank you, Prem. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for being here today as we gather to honor and celebrate the life of my beloved father, our dear dad, our son. Sonny lived a life that was truly unmatched, a life that we cannot duplicate. We can only remember, it can only be remembered and deeply felt. He wasn't just known, he was experienced. The legendary Sonny, his name was not just a nickname, it was his truth, because even through his life storms, his twists, his turns, he remained light, he remained warmth, he remained sunny. Even on the cloudiest days, he found ways to shine. Like my mom always says, even when it's cloudy, it's always sunny. He was strong, tall, fearless, a man of presence, a man of order, an absolute no-nonsense guy. When he entered a room, you felt it. He lived life on his own terms, boldly, unapologetically, and with a zest of life that was undeniable. Our dad was incredibly intelligent, deeply wise, well-read, and always hungry for knowledge. His mind was sharp. Whenever he spoke, we listened, because his words carried depth, his voice was steady, unshakable, and his wisdom stayed with you long after the moments have passed. But beyond all of that strength was a father whose love ran very deeply. I remember as a little girl, I once cried over an outfit I wanted so badly at a shop. So my dad, in true Sonny fashion, didn't just comfort me, he took action. He had the shop open after hours and bought me not just that outfit, but every other outfit in that color. I will always remember this. It was his way of showing his love, bold, unforgettable, and entirely his own. That was Sonny, big-hearted, decisive, unforgettable. He worked hard in his younger days and built a life with determination. But no matter how busy his life got, one thing was certain. Every school holidays meant travel, beautiful holidays, new places, new experiences. This is where my love for travel was born. A passion that will live on in me and my siblings forever. And what I will always hold closest to my heart are the moments where his strength met his joy. He never let his inner child fade. Even now, in later years, we would still go on our little evening ice cream drives like little children. And in those simple moments, we became like children again, laughing, excited, and just enjoying the moments with our little puppies. Our little puppies, Tiger, Puggy, and the late Rocky. He took them as their grandchildren. And he always, even when he was in hospital, he insisted to do video calls and talk to them. And they felt that his absence, the dogs even felt that Dad was not at home. They used to go in his room, study shoes. Sometimes they wouldn't even eat, but even they would actually wait for that video call to see my dad's face. And then they would then eat, wag their tail, and then just run around the house. That's the type of caring person my dad was. When we were younger, there was those spontaneous moments or spontaneous drives to the coast. He would talk to everybody, connect with anyone, share his thoughts. He's writing fearlessly and unapologetically being himself. That was Sonny, alive, free, and full of life. Alongside him was my mum. Together, they built a life that was beautiful, a partnership filled with strength, love, and shared experiences. A life that we as a family will always cherish. And in so many ways, we carry him with us. His strength, his mindset, his way of seeing the world, it all lives in me and my siblings. And today, while my heart feels the weight of my father's loss, I also feel something else. I feel gratitude. Gratitude for having a father like him. Gratitude for his love, for his lessons, and for his strength. Dad, thank you for your strength, for your love, for the life that you gave us, for the lessons that you taught us, even though most in so unexpected ways. Your life was not simple, but it was powerful. It was vibrant. It was unforgettable. You didn't just live, you left a mark. And that mark will never fade, because a life like yours doesn't end. It echoes in our hearts, in our memories, in the way we live our lives moving forward. The legendary Sunny. Thank you for everything that you've given us. From all of us, Mummy, your children, Parisha, Ramveer, Omriksha, and I. We carry your love, your strength, and your light within us always. We will honor you in the way that you lived, in the way we love, and in the way we stand strong, just like you taught us. You will forever be in our hearts. May your beautiful soul rest in eternal peace. Know that we love you. We will always love you. Cheers to the sunny side of life. Thank you.
How can I not miss to call the daughter who loves her father so much? And whatever she spoke from the heart and the fact and the truth. That was son. So you know a little more about son. Now, let me round up and tell you more about son. Sunny and Ashu built the biggest Indian building contractor in KwaZulu-Natal. They had government projects, they had government buildings they built shopping centers. They were the envy of the building contractors in KwaZulu-Natal. One of the highlights was the building of the Ramakrishna Center in Glenanna. South Africans thought that the only people who can build a temple were from India. But Sunny and Ashok proved them wrong. The Ramakrishna Center in Glenanna is a flagship, is a building to be admired. People from all over the world of the Ramakrishna faith come and admire them. That was Sunny and Ashok. You know Sunny was involved in politics. Do you know that? He was a great supporter of the minority front. And you heard of the legendary Raj Bansi, the Bengal tiger. That was Sunny's pair. And Sunny and the Bantus did well on the North Coast because they wanted a niche for the Indians in South Africa. Because during the apartheid, we had nothing. But Raj Bansi, with the help of Sunny and the Bantus, they achieved a lot for us. And then I would like to say, many organizations, charitable organizations, came and knocked at the door of Ramauthar construction. They never went empty-handed. With the help of Ashok and Sunny, they left with a donation. That was Sunny. He cared for you. Another very important aspect, even the family doesn't know. Sunny and his associates wanted to form a burial society. What kind of a burial society? That will give free burial and free cremation to the poor of our society. But it didn't work, because these undertakers in Natal, the rich, the famous, and the overcharged, they put an end to it. So you can see, Sonny had great aspirations. He wanted to work for his people, and he wanted his people to be happy. So he went out of his way to do something within himself to make the life of the Indian a little better. And also, Sonny, when he was invited for any function, no matter how far the function was, no matter how poor you were, no matter how rich you were, he attended that function. And he went there with a gift. He never went empty-handed. That was Sonny. So today when you come to hear about him, these are the facts, these are the figures, these are the truths about Sonny MOHANLALL, whom you now come to know. I would like to pay tribute to the family of Sonny MOHANLALL. Sonny had bad times. He relocated to Gauteng. The family, the daughters, the son and the mother cared for him. Make sure he had the best clothes to wear, the best food to eat, the best house to have. And if there's anything he needed, they gave them. So I paid tribute to the 3 daughters, the son and the mother for giving Sonny a life that he lived, a life that he will carry with him to Almighty God. Because in his last days, he was a very happy man. Because he was with his family, he was with his wife, he was with his son, he was with his daughters, and what more did he want? He got what he wanted. You know, at one stage, Sonny was in a very dire strait. What would most parents, what would most children do? They'll take their father and mother and shove them the old-age home. But this family never did that. They gave him more of what he wanted to show him, Dad, we love you, you are our father, stay with us, eat with us, live with us. That is the family of the RAMAUTHARs. And that's the family Sonny graduated from. And he's going with all the greetings and all the fondest love. And most of all, wherever he goes, he will bless the family that gave him everything in the last days of his life. And I'd like to say to all of you, thank you for coming. Thank you for listening intently. You came to a man and paid his last respect for him. And I'll tell you this, you and your family will be richly blessed. And one thing I would like to say, Sonny, go well. You go with our blessings, you go with our love, and your path is open. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Panditji, it's all yours. Thank you, Panditji.
Dear family and friends, so you've listened to those beautiful words, lots of love, lots of lessons for all of us to take. Today, we can take a leaf out of our dad's book and embrace it in our own lives. There are so many lessons there that we can take. All the tributes were offered with so much of love. And we say, love is God and God is love. So if you have God within you, you project love. When you have God within you, you will embrace that love also. You are all here today because our dear beloved built a relationship with all of you. It is a lesson for us, a simple lesson, that when we get to the 16th stage of our lives, we call it untesting. And untesting means that the Atma has taken leave from this vessel and the body is now lame, and we have to dissolve this body, and we call that death or passing away. That when we get to the 16th stage of our lives, that Atma, that soul, needs the energy, needs the love, needs the light to send it off from this earthly plane. So throughout our lives, from birth to death, we build relationships. We build relationships so that when we get to this stage of our life, we have all of our relationships coming and projecting energy, projecting light, and offering love and giving support to the immediate family, the bereaved family. This is a lesson we must take. We have been granted a gift from God, and that gift is forgiveness. We are only human beings. We have emotions. We make mistakes. We have arguments. We have disagreements. But we can forgive. We forgive those that we may have arguments with. We forgive those and we ask for forgiveness from those that we may have made wrong to. And when we do that, we are embracing love, only embracing love. When we embrace love, our spiritual hearts are full of the grace of God. So today, you've heard so many characteristics of this dear Dad, the love that he offered to all of you. The one aspect that most stands out for me is the discipline. Because today, where we serve, in the communities we serve, you see the youngsters, you see the young generation that have no respect, no discipline. Drugs, alcoholism, prostitution, those are in our communities now. We fight against those every day. And to lose somebody like this is a loss for us as spiritual people, trying to create discipline, bring that discipline to communities, respect to communities. Because we lose somebody that can help us embrace those qualities and project those qualities to those communities. So today, with much help, I want to, from the ashram, I want to speak Mariah in our ashram in Mali, Indonesia, pass my condolences to the immediate family, to all of you, because all of you have brought love here, and you've offered the love to the this family. You've offered the love to this soul. It is said in Garuda Purana that when the soul exits this vessel, the soul travels with the vessel to the morgue, to the home, to the crematorium, and then it returns home for us to complete the pujas, so we can send off that soul with lots of energy and lots of life. It is important that we perform those pujas. In the days that are now, the present days, we want to shorten everything. We forget about the scriptural injunctions that we have. Nowadays it's, please let's do it quickly, let's get it over with. No, let's perform the pujas. They come from God. They have been realized by the rishis and munis, saints and sages, and put into us scripture. Let's read that scripture and let's perform those pujas. When we get to the stage of the 15th stage, we have 16 stages in our life on this earthly plane. The first one is prakriti, the last one is unpriestly. But we get to that stage where our dad was in his sannyasi stage. We call the 15th stage of our life the sannyasi stage. Why sannyasi stage? It's that stage when we've performed all our duties and responsibilities, and now we go into retirement. And when we go into retirement, we do those things that we could not do while rearing a family. And in retirement, this body starts embracing the diseases. Diseases attack the body. That is the natural cause and effect of this life on the earthly plane. And in the 15th stage, we call it sannyasi stage, because when we are at our most uncomfortable, when we have the most pain, when we cry out to God, when we cry out to God, He listens and He stands right by your side to relieve you of the pain and to grant blessings to those that are taking care of you in that 15th stage. So all of us, please remember our aged parents, our aged friends, our aged companions, our aged in the community. Serve them. Because when you serve them in their 15th stage of their life, God's there blessing you, guiding you, giving you abundant blessings. Thank you, dear family and friends. My pranams to each one of you. So all of those that may have not paid their respects, and those that want to carry on paying their respects, please come through and pay your respects.
Please continue.
गोविंद गोविंद गाइए रे भजो राधे गोपाल कृष्ण गाइए रे मुरली मनोहर गाइए रे भजो नंदा के लाल प्रभु गाइए रे Dear family and friends, we're going to start rounding up our proceedings here and proceed to the end table because we are trying to arrange in Johannesburg the processes that we only get ashes the next day. So today we trying to make that impossible thing to happen today. So we want to get the ashes today and perform the final letting out of ash today. So we're going to proceed in the next 10 minutes to that table. So for those that have not paid their respects and those that want to come and offer their last respects, this is what's called the last respects. This is a time when you will see this physical body for the last time. So please come through and pay your last respects, and then we'll conclude and proceed to the entry. Thank you. Dear family and friends, so we're going to conclude now. We are offering can we all rise? And for all of those, all of you, I'm sure all of you know the Vishnu Ayurveda. Let us all sing. Let us send this Atma with power, with energy, and love and light. Okay? All of us can sing this. Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jai Bhakt Jano Ke Sankat Bhakt Jano Ke Sankat Shana Me स्वामी शरण कहूँ किसकी, तुम बिना और न दूजा, तुम बिना और न दूजा, आस करो जिसकी। ओम जय तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी, स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता, स्वामी तुम पालन करता, मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी, मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी, कृपा करो भरता। ओम तुम ओरे गोचर, सबके प्राणपति, स्वामी सबके प्राणपति, किस बिन मिलो दया में, किस बिन मिलो दया में, तुमको मैं कुमति। ओम जय दीन बंधु दुखारता, तुम रक्षक मेरे, स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे, श्रद्धा भक्ति बनाओ, श्रद्धा भक्ति बनाओ, संकट के सेवा। ओम Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Thank you, dear family and friends, for supporting this bereaved family today. Please keep that support at least for the next 13 days. They need your support, they need your love. For the next 13 days, there will be different pujas we perform. It's to give them peace. It's for them to release this Atma so we can take leave on this earthly plane. So they need your support, not only today, but for at least the time forward. Thank you very much. Prime Minister. The immediate family only, Allah, please.